Okay, simplify numeric and algebraic expressions using the law of exponents. Okay, so we're going to just simplify these with the exponents. And I don't have time to go back and teach you the basics, but I kind of do it with this one. Do y'all see the 4x squared? That's going to be written down 3 times. So I've got 4x squared, 4x squared, and 4x squared. That power of 3 is going to write it down 3 times. Now then I'm going to do 4 times 4 times 4, which is 4 to the 3rd power. You could use a calculator. 4 to the 3rd power is 64. My letter is x, and I'm going to do 2 plus 2 plus 2, which is 6. What did I do up here with 2 and 3? I multiplied, didn't I? That 3 doesn't have a letter. These have letters. So I added these, but I multiplied these. Now put this in parentheses, and now we're going to calculate this. We're going to have x. 8 times 1 divided by 4 is 2. So up here, if your exponents don't have letters, you multiply them. If you have a power to a power, you multiply. If you combine, or if you multiply, then you add your exponents. So right here, we're going to do sign, number, letter, exponent. The sign's positive. My number is 64. My letter is x. And 6 plus 2 is 8. That's it. Okay, now then we're going to do this one. That negative is going to count twice, so the sign's positive. 5 to the 2nd power, 5 times 5 is 25. My letter's x, and 5 times 2 is 10. The next one, my letter is x. 20 times 1 is 20, divided by 4 is 5. Now then a positive times a positive is a positive. My number's 25. My letter is x, and 10 plus 5 is 15. So right here I multiplied my exponents, and right here I'm adding it because each exponent has a letter or a variable. Right here I'm going to teach you how to get rid of every negative exponent. A negative exponent moves it across the fraction bar, your base across the fraction bar. So draw a fraction. The 4 to the negative 2 is going to go to the bottom. When you move it to the bottom, the sign switches. The 2 to the negative 2 goes to the top, 2 squared. X to the 5 stays put. X to the negative 3 goes to the top. Y to the negative 2 goes to the bottom. And Y to the 3 stays put on the bottom. Now then, 2 squared is 4, and 4 to the 2nd is 16. 4 over 16 would simplify to 1 over 4. You don't put the 1 on top. Then I have the x on top, and 5 plus 3 is 8. I have y's on bottom, and 2 plus 3 is 5. That's the simplified answer. Okay, right here we need to make a radical look like a fractional exponent, and a fractional exponent look like a radical. So this is going to turn into 27. The 2 goes on top, and the number out here goes on the bottom. So the number outside is your denominator, the number inside is your numerator. Right here, the 16 is going to go inside my radical. The number on the bottom goes outside, the number on the top, your exponent, goes inside. So I would have the 4th root of 16 to the 3rd power. That's all you got to do with this. You can punch that in the calculator and get the answer, okay? You just hit your caret button to the left of the 4 and then put in a fractional exponent. Okay, right here we're going to draw a fraction bar. 6 squared is positive, so 6 times 6 is 36. 3 squared is positive, so 3 times 3 is 9. The x to the 3rd stays put. The y to the 4th stays put. The x to the negative 4 would go on top and be x to the 4th. The y to the negative 4th would go on top and be y to the 4th. 36 divided by 9 is 4. I have x's on top. 3 plus 4 is 7, and I have y's on top. 4 plus 4 is 8. So 4x to the 7th, y to the 8th.